when you think about the next step for Alexander Volkanovski, what is it to you, DC?
It's got to be 155, right? Like, there's just nobody else. Like, we just saw him beat 1A, Ryan.
Yeah.
You know, when you beat 1A and the way that he beat 1A, you got to go up. You got to go up. Because it feels like now, until it isn't, right? Until it isn't, it feels like now he will be feasting on the featherweights like Amanda Nunes was feasting on the bantamweights every time she went down until Juliana Pena. So there's always someone lurking. We just don't know who that person is yet. But I think he goes up now, then he comes back down. Look, Josh Emmett is going to be very mad at me. Josh Emmett talked to me about coming on the show. Maybe we should have had Josh Emmett on today to kind of state his case. He was very disappointed last weekend. But if Alex does stay down, and that's kind of likely right now, right? Because it feels like Makhachev and Oliveira are going to fight.
Yes.
So it's likely that he stays down, he fights Josh Emmett. But the moment that's done, I'd like to see him fight at lightweight because I just don't know what these guys at 145 can do with this kid.
I have my thought would be this, DC. I would love to see him fight for the 155-pound belt as well. Do you believe that Makhachev and what he's done is a more deserving fight for him to fight Charles Oliveira than it would be to let Alexander Volkanovski and Charles Oliveira fight for what is the vacant belt at 155 pounds right now?
I mean, look, he's as deserving as anyone.
DC, take your fandom out. I love his mom
listen,
too.
I'm being honest with you. He is as deserving as anyone to go up and just challenge immediately. With that being said, to win 12 fights in a row in a division has to mean something. And that is why I believe Makhachev should get the championship fight. I'm not being a teammate here. We just need that balance of Charles Oliveira is the champion, but we need to see him fight again, get his belt back strapped around him, or get a new champion crowned before we start talking about Volkanovski going up to 155. And with the way that things worked out, and Josh Emmett having fought in Austin just a couple weeks ago, the timing works because it sounds like they want to do Makhachev versus Oliveira sometimes in the winter. So whether it be in Brazil or Abu Dhabi, I think the Abu Dhabi card's in October, right? It'll work out to where it can be in line for those fights to kind of play along the same time frame in order to move both divisions forward.
Yeah, and I think, listening to you, you actually convinced me because the other thing I believe Alexander Volkanovski deserves, even though I agree with you, Islam Makhachev deserves this fight, is to be fighting against another champion. For it to not be a vacant belt, for it not to be a number one contenders fight, for it to be the champion at 155 against the legendary champion at 145, and now we see who's the best man at that weight class. And so I love kind of how you mentioned that.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.